Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove here, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. My name is Elizabeth. I am a medium, divine channeler, remote spirit extractor, white witch, and divine alchemist. I also happen to be a divine feminine on the path of ascension. Coming to you straight from the spirit chair. Thank you so much for resonating with what I do. It's been a pleasure being here on YouTube, being able to support people on their ascension path, on their twin flame journey, going through this spiritual awakening on this planet now, and it's really been such an honor. So thank you so much for being with me. Before I get started with these messages today, I just want to mention something to you, because I notice a lot of people, they don't click on videos unless they say twin flame in the title, and I just want to make sure that you understand that all the videos that are on my channel really are very relevant to the ascension journey, the twin flame journey. I have things like light language, protection techniques, which I think is really super important, very important to your path. So you might want to check out the playlist that I have. It's really important to understand that these videos help you with your inner work, with your healing. They're all going to support you. So I just want to mention, please, if it doesn't have twin flame in the title, it doesn't mean it's actually not relevant to the twin flame path. With that being said, this message is really going to be very important to those who are on the ascension path, twin flame journey, and I wanted to make sure that I was getting this out to as many twin flames as I could. And this one's going to be covering November, what's happening with these energies that are really intensified, really accelerated. I know I say that all the time, guys, but we're having some really huge shifts happening now. And I just finished the channeling with my team, and I'm going to read some of these messages to you. And if there's anything I can add, I will definitely do that. Take what resonates, and if something doesn't resonate with you, you can just leave it. It's always important that you personally resonate with these messages. This is a general reading, so it's going out to everybody. For personal readings, I definitely do that. We get into details specifically about your path, what's happening with your beloved, what's happening with anything with your spiritual path. What is your life purpose? What is your mission? What are you not realizing? What healing is there that you're not really connecting to? How can you do your healing? We cover so much in these hour readings, and so you might want to take a look at that on the paranormalpriestess.com. I am available for that. I still have some availability for November. So if you are struggling, if you are questioning things, if you're not sure, reach out. I'm here to help out. I am absolutely as detailed as we can possibly get with communicating with your team directly, and we will do that for you. And I also have supportive services like spirit extractions that clear out lower interferences. A lot of twin flames, a lot of people who are starseeds, they have that. There's also light language activations and healing. This is a session that I offer, an hour session, and it really will be very helpful to help you with clearing out chakras, clearing out your dimensional bodies, upgrading, having various parts of your light body activate, having your gifts rise up to the surface. It really does so much. So I'm here to support you in all the ways that I can. The paranormalpriestess.com. I will leave that information in the description below. So let's get into these messages now. The first thing that I heard from my team was the song, These Times They Are A-Changing, Bob Dylan. We are going through some significant changes right now, folks. We really are. If you are feeling this like I am, please leave a comment below. I've been seeing 555, 5555, 2255, 1155. I've been seeing a lot of fives, and I've been feeling these changes really deep within my core. They're saying massive shifts are taking place on planet Earth right now. They certainly are. So if you are finding yourself struggling, if you're having a hard time with a lot of the emotions coming to the surface, a lot of thoughts coming to the surface, you're not alone. This is a part of change. This is a part of transition, and it's a part of growing through these things so that we can take on more light. Okay? The divine masculines, Okay, so I know there's a lot of concern from Divine Feminine about what's going on with Divine Masculine. Are they getting it? Are they catching up? Is this ever going to happen? Yes, yes, yes to all of that. Divine Masculines, they said they are now in a time where they are bound to their light. So they're recognizing their light. They're paying attention to their light. They are embracing their light. And this is great. Okay, they've been listening to their senses, their intuitive gut feelings. They've been paying attention to their emotions and being with their emotions. They're talking to God. I'm getting that they're talking to God. They're actively connecting with Spirit. And they're feeling very relieved because they've released a lot of burdens from the past. Okay, past karmic choices. Things that they've done, patterns, behaviors, different programming that was lower. Having to learn, the hard way, ego choices, seeing their value through the lens of ego, all of that. And they've come to terms with so much, conscious now of so much. And they're now a lot lighter. They've taken on a lot more light. Okay, so they're definitely a heck of a lot more conscious. So really applause to you guys, okay, guys or girls, Divine Masculines, because it's not easy to do that, and it takes a great deal of strength to be able to connect with your emotions and really be with yourself when you're going through really difficult times, difficult challenges. Sometimes, masculine energies just kind of want to push through things and just force through things, and or even, kind of deny things, or, okay, I'm not going to pay attention to this. I'm just going to distract myself with whatever I can distract myself, or whoever I can distract myself with, things like that. And it's really just very helpful to know that if your partner has been doing that, I mean, feminine could do that as well, I want to be fair. Masculines do have this energy, though they try to fiery through everything, and control, having more of that control aspect on things, like the masculine side, right? So whether you're Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine, that masculine side is about kind of forcing through, pushing through a lot of times, if it's out of balance. So this from what I'm receiving is that the masculines have been doing the inner work. That's usually the question that I get in reading sessions: is my masculine doing the work? Can they choose not to do the work? Sure. Us as feminine, we could choose not to do the work. They could choose not to do the work, but for how long is usually the question. Because if their soul has really decided that this is what they wished to achieve on this planet, then sooner or later, there's going to be some sort of tower moment. There's going to be something that's going to downfall in their lives to try to get them back onto that path again, right? But trust and surrender really comes in with that. Divine Masculines, I also was told, they kept saying sultry. I'm like, sultry? Divine Masculines are having sultry desires, yes. They're in that passion energy. That passion energy is coming up to the surface. It's happening for Divine Feminine too, and that normally happens very, very frequently when we clear out very heavy-duty, dense emotions in that sacral area. So when we're clearing out those emotions that we've been holding on to, then that sexual energy can arise more, that creative energy can arise more, and this is happening for both masculine and feminine now. So we're having a new creative energy, a new lust for life happening. And Divine Feminine thing is here is Divine Feminine are finding some of this questionable. They're questioning their partners. Divine Masculine, for some Divine Masculine, they're still hiding a lot of the passion towards their feminine. They're hiding that desire. It's not being communicated. For others, it is being communicated, whether it's telepathically or whether it's physically, it is being communicated. So just see how this fits into your situation here. Feminine, they're saying it's really important for you to find a balance. This is going to help you. This is going to help your partner. It's going to help really lay the groundwork, which is important here because you are the lighthouse here, that the masculine is following in your footsteps. So your strength, you being very balanced on your path, you being balanced within yourself, trusting your path, believing in everything, grounding, keeping very present with everything. This is really helping out tremendously. Okay, so feminine, think to yourself here about the balance between your own feminine and masculine, your own left side, right side of your brain, spirit and matter, active and non-active, inner and outer. Think about your stability within, your stability on earth. Okay. This is assisting with being able to ground this union. Okay, and yes, it is meant to be grounded. Okay, all is coming together very quickly. They state, do not fall into fear. It's about really connecting with the fact that all is possible, and there are many miracles, unlimited miracles when it comes to newer, higher 5D timelines. Okay, so feminine, keep that faith going strong. Keep very steady and balanced as much as you can. This is really bringing all together. Union, okay? They absolutely specify that union is meant to be physical, okay? And it's already unfolding. The preparations are already underway, they say. All the inner work and the shifts in consciousness have all been necessary preparations for the union processes leading into the physical union of divine feminine and divine masculine. You've been doing it. It's been happening. It can take a while. Okay, so I know that when I talk to people, when I read for people, they often tell me I've been on this path for all of this time, for some years, right? When is it ever going to end? When is everything's going to ever happen? And there's always this focus a lot of times on this end result, staying very attached to that. And we have to really realize that we have the present, where we are, it's important to stick with that. It really is. And that all of that has been necessary preparation. It's been all those necessary growth stages. And that's what's going to help bring everything together, help it to be harmonized and balanced so that we don't have that up and down roller coaster ride or back and forth, push and pull, runner chaser, all of those things that twin flames are so used to having. And that can happen for some time because twin flames are cleaning up their karma, cleaning up their past, cleaning up, clearing out that old density, taking on more light and balancing everything out. So that way it's no longer this jagged, really, really shaky ground. It's more stable and it's not going to have that separation, those huge gaps of separation. So nothing is for nothing, and yes, these things do take time. And it's not to stay attached to time, it's to really just honor each and every stage. It really is. I believe that they said something about this towards the end of this message. Twin Flame Collective has been, as they stated, clearing out old limiting beliefs, programs, stories, clearing the old relationship template. Clearing that old template, and this is almost complete collectively, so that that new relationship template based off of sacred union can be available in the physical. So this is all going somewhere, but it's not about focusing on the there. It's about being present. Again, stay as present, as balanced, as grounded as you can, especially feminine. Really important. The karmic grid is closing. That karmic grid of the earth, karmic relationships, anything having to do with karmic patterns of growth, it's all being finished up. Water under the bridge, wisdom gains, knowledge gains, strength, empowerment gains from it, so that way you can move forward into this higher timeline. It's really important, they're saying, to have patience. I know it's very difficult for people that go through so much challenge with this path, but anything worth anything, right, has its challenges, its obstacles. Right? There's always going to be challenges, there's always going to be tests, there's always going to be obstacles. Right? They say no pain, no gain, right? I know, it is very difficult. But take the time to realize how far you've come, and I think that's always very helpful, and to remind yourself of the truth of why you're here on the planet and why you've chosen these things and what is the higher picture of it all. But they are saying, please try your best to have patience. The changes in communication between beloveds are happening where there's more understanding and there's more clarity. And I really do believe that Mercury retrograde has assisted a ton with that. Physical communication with the beloved will be honored, or can be honored, they said, when the time is right. They said, hasten not communication, allow to flow when it's meant to come. Okay. This is just, they're talking again about creativity. Really huge time to think about new projects, new ideas, expansions on projects, creating a business, expanding the business, new outlooks, new perceptions on self, on life, on and anything. Set your intentions. You're having a shift of mindset now to forge ahead, and that's exciting, really exciting. Okay, the hopelessness layers have been released, and newfound hope and trust is now here for the path. That's great. They are still talking about restoration needed at this time, so there is going to be a lot of rest that's needed because of all of the shifting. So it's important to really honor your physical body and honor that as you go through these portals, these huge gateways, that if you are feeling really off or really emotional or extremely tired or achy or dizzy or nauseous or whatever it is, to give yourself whatever time that you can to rest, rejuvenate, restore yourself, really, set boundaries and balance where you can. It's really going to help you out, okay? But there's a lot of creative energy that is coming in. And this is great because it's going to prepare for the next stage. Right? The path is protected. Okay, they're saying the path is protected, dimensions and timelines. Timelines shift. The higher 5D timelines are now accessible and they're unfolding. All right. Take note that we're having 11/11, November 11th, coming up. That's going to be a huge gateway of consciousness there. Fantastic. Twin Flames definitely celebrate with that huge leap forward. Archangel Michael definitely notes November as a massive leap in consciousness and that it's begun. And he says that we're now in the 5D territory, okay, 5D timeline accelerator. And this is planetary wide. This is the whole Earth. Much of what is happening in your world has been about beings that have been fighting for the timeline convergence. So this is the battle of light and dark on the planet, light forces and dark forces, interdimensional interference often can happen. It has been demonstrated on the planet, but it's being addressed. They're saying not to worry about it at all. It's being addressed so that this new timeline can come in, and it is coming in. So please don't worry. Don't fall into unnecessary fear here. Everything really is happening and is protected. Okay, for many of you, he's talking about many of you felt psychic attack, feeling also the low energy of the collective darkness, the collective purge, have had many lower emotions connected. That fears are rising to the clash of light and dark, fighting for the timelines. He's saying when the timelines shift, often, the lower dimensional beings are going to bump heads with the higher dimensional beings. They're going to try, the lower beings, to prevent the timeline convergence and the acceleration of the ascension timelines. But no worries. This is covered. This is covered. Okay? It's what's there to be aware of, but not fearful of. Just aware of that many lower beings do attempt to keep people functioning in their lower fears and lower consciousness and attached to lower timeline trajectories when we go through these portals, these shifts of consciousness. Okay, that's why many people say, oh, I feel attacked. Not only are they feeling the lower energy of the planet as it's purging, how lower beings are trying to connect to that. But also when you're going through your individual shift, the same thing. It's like lower beings are also trying to prevent you from going higher, right? It's like in Star Wars when the Force has awakened in someone, it's like the lower force, the dark side of the Force senses it. So nothing to be afraid of here. Not at all, okay? You are absolutely protected, and protection is available at all times for you. All you need to do is call upon it, and they will be there with it. We're moving through such massive acceleration, okay? Moving through to December 21st. So it's 12/21/21. Massive, massive, massive gateway. I really received that a while ago. So as we move through this, I think it's great. I think they're pretty much suggesting that protection is a good idea. Really very important to protect yourself through these times. They're already protecting the earth. They're talking about, Michael mentions massive overload of 3D challenging energies will be present. It can attempt to create obstacles. However, remaining firm in your truth and trusting your path will prove successful through prime gateways of acceleration. Those are Michael's words there. Lunar eclipse. The moon energies can be a little rough here. We're having a lunar eclipse come up. And the lunar eclipse here, the purging will greatly assist with clearing lower emotions of grief, fear, anxiety, hopelessness, helplessness, victim consciousness, all illusionary beliefs and perceptions. Scattered thoughts, confusion can be a result of these great portal shifts. So, this can be challenging, all right, but scattered thoughts and confusion can be a result of these great portal shifts. But Michael is saying again, connecting to the truth, connecting to the light of your soul, your path, your beloved, your truthful desires, and asking for broad protection daily throughout all layers, levels, and dimensions, and all realities, and all planetary systems where you exist. That will certainly be really helpful. Okay, so protection daily, and they're ready to protect you. Okay, I really do receive that this is a time of facing fears. And it's difficult when we face fears, but this is the time, they're saying, to align with your power and become the sacred warrior. Being a sacred warrior, right? It's tests, it's challenges, it's being able to face your shadow side, your illusionary side. It's being able to come through that and really being able to retain those lessons, right? Retain the growth and wisdom and step into this more powerful version of yourself. That version where you are able to say, I can get through anything, no matter what life throws at me, whatever the path throws at me, whatever those challenges are going to be. I know what it is that I came for. I know who I am as a soul, and I know I will endure, and I know I will be victorious no matter what happens, no matter what those lower energies, try to pull or try to attempt, or whatever anyone tries to throw. I will be more than okay. I will be more than okay. And this is an amazing, amazing feeling to know that you can get through anything. It's very powerful. Okay, so your empowerment is really going to be enhancing as you get through facing your fears. Okay, but there's going to be facing your fears is going to be one of those themes this month that's important to realize, and to not allow yourself to fall into this reactive state where you are questioning your path and questioning yourself so much, where you are kind of throwing everything away and saying, hey, I'm done with this all. Okay, because you can get through this. It's there to help you to move forward. It's not there to hinder you. It's not saying that your path isn't true. It's not saying that this isn't your beloved. It's not saying that you're not able to do X, Y, and Z. You are capable. But if we hold on to limiting beliefs, if we hold on to these fear programs, then we're not going to be able to move forward. So we have to really purge those out and face them. Okay? Face them. sending light, sending love to them, and clearing them before we can move forward into the life that we want, into the reality that we want. And it takes becoming that warrior to get through that, right? There's going to be a reinstatement of power. Trust your gifts, your abilities. Okay, coming through these challenging times. You will be victorious with your union, your mission, and your ascension, they say. Here's the part about staying with the stage that you're in and not rushing forward. Okay, really, really important. When a stage approaches, and it's a stage of growth, of learning, many lower emotions and thoughts, okay, many disempowering thoughts and emotions arise, and these can create internal conflict, and they can cause you to fall into illusion and question, okay, and lose your faith, lose your trust. They're saying trust, look at the higher picture, trust your current stage, trust your growth, for it is the stage of learning, and therefore it's very necessary to align all future timelines in the highest way. All right, this is helping all the pieces fall together. All right, as you stay with that stage and you get through that stage, it's there. You know, this is a school. Earth is a school. It's important to remind yourself that, especially when you're here for ascension and for union, it's tons of accelerated growth. Okay, and it's a lot. It can be very heavy at times, and I completely understand that. This is interesting, they say this, and I agree. You know, stages can bring rages, but these can lead to sacred sages. Yeah, we can have a lot of angers come up to the surface, get very frustrated, right, with everything, and just say, oh, this is just BS, I don't want to do this, or this is not true, or maybe I was wrong, right? We can get angry towards people, we can get angry at our person, we can get angry at what happened when we were younger and all those things, but all of this is cleaning out, clearing out, and it's going to lead to you becoming the sage, the wise sage, okay? And they're saying reactions can persuade one to believe the illusions. And for some, you know, it's like, oh, that's easier to comprehend, and that's easier to engage in, right? But wholeness requires embodying and accepting the entire truth, the whole truth. And it's difficult, but it's also very liberating. Choose wisely and react wisely, all right? So these are the messages that I got for this month, and it's just super important to understand that through these challenging times, you are going to endure, you are protected, everything is coming together, and stay with your stage, and as those fears arise, be with them, sit with them, work through them. Okay, you are not alone, and you are in it to win it. Okay? So thank you so much for listening today. I hope that these messages really resonated with you and will help you as you come through the rest of this year to realize that it is just really getting very excited, moving along very quickly, and there's just so much to look forward to. But let's just stay with where we are so we can allow all that to come in. All right, so remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings to all of you. Again, if you are wanting to reach out for a specific reading for your situation, the paranormalpriestess.com is the way to do that. Again, in the description below. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.